Most people live their entire lives without ever realizing that the most powerful force they possess is not their intelligence, not their work ethic, and not their conscious effort. The true architect of your reality is the silent, invisible, automatic part of you that works day and night, your subconscious mind. It does not sleep. It does not argue. It does not judge. It simply accepts whatever you repeatedly think, feel, imagine, and assume. And then it expresses those assumptions into your world in ways you don't even notice. Your life is not shaped by luck. It is shaped by what your subconscious has been programmed to believe is normal for you. That is why two people with the same opportunities can end up with completely different lives. One believes success is natural for them. The other believes they aren't worthy. And the subconscious proves both of them right. For thousands of years, great spiritual teachers hinted at this power. But in the modern era, people like Neville Goddard, Joseph Murphy, Emil Coué, Florence Scovel Shinn, and Maxwell Maltz uncovered the deeper truth. You are always manifesting, whether you realize it or not. The results you see today are the consequences of yesterday's assumptions. And if you want a new life, you don't need more effort. You need a new assumption installed deep in the subconscious mind. This is where manifestation becomes real. This is where it becomes practical. This is where the invisible becomes visible. Because once the subconscious accepts a belief, everything in your reality begins rearranging itself to reflect it. Your actions shift without effort. Your perception changes. Opportunities appear. Old patterns dissolve. New behaviors become natural. And reality mirrors your new internal state. Neville Goddard taught that imagination creates reality, not as a metaphor, not as a poetic idea, but as an actual, literal law of consciousness. He said that whatever you imagine with true emotional conviction, whatever you accept as done within yourself, becomes fact in the outer world. Not because of magic, not because of luck, but because the subconscious accepts imagined experiences as real experiences. It cannot tell the difference. If you imagine the feeling of success every night before sleep, the subconscious records that emotion as a memory. And once it becomes a memory, it becomes a blueprint. Joseph Murphy taught the mechanics of how this happens. He explained that the subconscious responds to repetition, emotion, imagery, and belief. He compared it to fertile soil. Whatever seed you plant will grow. If you plant fear, worry, and doubt, you harvest struggle. If you plant confidence, abundance, and gratitude, you harvest success. The soil does not decide. You decide. The subconscious simply obeys the ideas you impress upon it, especially in states of relaxation, especially right before sleep, and especially through vivid imagination. Maxwell Maltz added the scientific layer. He discovered that your subconscious is the home of your self-image, and you can never outperform your self-image. You can desire money, but if your subconscious identity says you are someone who always struggles financially, you will sabotage yourself until life matches that identity again. You can want love, but if your subconscious believes you are unlovable, you will unconsciously push people away. You manifest not what you want, but who you believe yourself to be. Identity is destiny. Emil Coué went deeper into the mechanism of suggestion. He said that the dominant idea always wins. Not the idea you say the loudest, but the idea you feel the most. You can affirm, "I am rich," but if the stronger, deeper feeling inside you is, "I don't have enough," the subconscious obeys the deeper feeling. That is why many people think manifesting doesn't work, because they try to speak against what they emotionally accept. Words are weak unless they carry emotion and imagination behind them. And Florence Scovel Shinn taught the law of expectation. She said that your word is your wand, and whatever you expect, you attract. Expectation is a magnetic force. When you believe something is coming, the subconscious sets your behavior and perception to meet it. That is why faith is so powerful. It aligns your inner world with the outcome before it appears in the outer world. All of these teachers said the same thing in their own way. Your subconscious mind is the key to manifestation. It is the engine behind the scenes. It is the artist painting your reality, stroke by stroke, moment by moment. And the question is not whether you are manifesting, it's whether you are manifesting consciously or unconsciously. Most people manifest unconsciously. They imagine disaster. They rehearse failure. They dwell on what scares them. They replay their mistakes. And without knowing it, they are impressing these images into the subconscious. This becomes their dominant vibration. This becomes their identity, and reality obeys it. But when you take control of your subconscious programming, everything changes. You stop reacting to life and begin creating it. You stop living from old memories and start living from new assumptions. You stop trying to force the world and allow the world to reflect who you have become internally. So the question becomes, how do you reprogram the subconscious mind? How do you use it to manifest what you want? How do you install new beliefs so deeply that life has no choice but to reflect them? It begins with clarity. The subconscious needs a clear picture. You must know exactly what you want, not vague desires but specific outcomes. Instead of saying, "I want more money," define the life you would live if you already had it. Instead of saying, "I want confidence," imagine the version of you who already embodies it. The subconscious does not respond to empty wishes. It responds to exact images, exact feelings, exact identities. Once you define the outcome, the next step is to decide the identity of the version of you who already has it. Who are you when the manifestation is done? How do you think? How do you walk? How do you feel waking up? What do you believe about yourself? What do you expect from life? Identity is the deepest layer of manifestation. When you shift your identity, you do not need discipline. You do not need motivation. When you become the version of you who naturally attracts what you want, the manifestation becomes automatic, effortless, normal. Then comes the most powerful technique taught by Neville Goddard, entering the state akin to sleep. Before drifting off at night, when your conscious mind is fading and your brain slips into theta waves, imagine a short, simple scene that implies your desire is already fulfilled. Feel the feeling of that scene as if it is happening now. It could be someone congratulating you. It could be you opening a message of good news. It could be you waking up in your dream home. The scene does not need to be long. 10 seconds is enough. The key is to feel that the scene is real. The subconscious absorbs feeling, not logic. Every night, allow yourself to fall asleep in the feeling of the wish fulfilled. This is the secret behind prayer, manifestation, visualization, and every technique taught across cultures. The subconscious is most programmable right before sleep. When you sleep with a new feeling, you wake up with a new identity. An identity manifests automatically. Next is emotional alignment. You must generate the emotions of the version of you who already has what you want. Not excitement. Excitement fades. The most powerful feeling for manifestation is normalcy. The feeling of "this is already mine. This is natural for me. This is who I am now." When the desire feels normal, the subconscious accepts it as true. That is the real meaning of faith. Not hoping, but assuming. Not wishing, but knowing. And then comes the final stage, detachment. When you have impressed a desire deeply into the subconscious, you must release it. Not by forgetting it, but by trusting it. Once you feel the inner shift, checking the outer world is a form of disbelief. You are not waiting. You are not looking for signs. You are not wondering when it will come. You live from the end. You think from the result, not toward it. And because the subconscious now accepts the new identity, your behaviors, your vibration, your perception, and your opportunities reshape themselves automatically. This is not effort. This is not forcing. This is alignment. You act not because you are trying to manifest, but because your new identity naturally behaves this way. This is the true formula for manifestation. Clarity of desire, alignment of identity, saturation of imagination, emotional conviction, and release. These 5 principles are the core of every manifestation teaching across history. They are the mechanics of reality creation. You do not manifest through force. You manifest through assumption. You do not manifest through wishing. You manifest through feeling. You do not manifest through effort. You manifest through identity. The outer world is always following the inner world. Consciousness is the root. Reality is the echo. And here is the deeper truth. When you master the subconscious mind, you stop chasing desires and become the source of them. You no longer ask, "When will my manifestation come?" Instead, you realize, "My manifestation comes from me." You become cause, not effect. You become creator, not victim. You become the author of your reality, not a character in someone else's script. So today, decide who you want to be. Decide what you want to experience. Decide the life you want to live. And then impress that decision upon your subconscious until it becomes your new normal. When you feel it as done, it will be done. When you know it is yours, it becomes yours. When the inner world shifts, the outer world must follow. Your subconscious mind is not just a part of you. It is you. It is the deeper intelligence that shapes every moment of your existence. Treat it with intention. Program it with precision. Guide it with imagination. And your life will transform in ways that feel miraculous, but are actually the most natural thing in the world. Your reality is your subconscious mind turned inside out. Change the inside, and the outside will have no choice but to follow. Your imagination is the workshop of creation. Your feelings are the language of destiny. Your identity is the magnet that attracts your world. Change your assumption, and you change your future.